Excited to be the chosen charity this year. Let's make no bones about it. The people in this room are blessed. You are blessed. You have been lucky. The kids that we work with across the country, 4 nations, 1,000 services, 300,000 children, parents and carers a year. We touch their lives because children are innocent. They haven't had a chance to make the decisions that we can point a finger at and say, well, you made a bad decision. They didn't get that chance. They haven't had that chance yet. We are blessed, all of us. The talent in this room is amazing. I mean, overwhelming, overawing. But your stories in your background will have had love, support, trusted relationships, the sorts of building blocks that you needed to forge a successful career and reach the heights that you have reached. And congratulations to all of you who've won an award today. What amazing achievements they are. The size and scale of Bernardo's, the age and the history of it. We've been working with children for 153 years. The novels that you read in English class, written by Charles Dickens, Dr. Bernardo's was there. Dr. Bernardo's, like the people in this room, I hope, by and large, believed in justice and equality for all. That's why you get out of bed in the morning, I'm sure. That's why you joined the profession, ultimately. That's why you took law. We at Bernardo's also believe in justice and equality for all. 153 years later, there are still hidden, trampled, vulnerable children. The cohort that I live in now, and our day-to-day lives of the people in this room, you don't come into contact with the sorts of people that our 1,000 services come into contact with. It's real, it's growing, it's massive. We need your support. The vulnerabilities have changed. We're not talking about Fagin anymore, but there is criminal exploitation that is far more sophisticated. It's powered by a huge drugs economy. There are people waiting outside schools, looking for the expelled student, looking for the lonely child, looking for someone who doesn't have friends. There are online predators grooming children in a wild west of an unregulated internet. I've worked for DFID in my career as head of policy and comms as well. I've seen some of the poorest countries in the world, and I've seen them up close and personal. I was stunned, because I had my head in the sand too, when I discovered what Bernardo's did, and I discovered that charity really does begin at home. There are problems right here, right up against our noses in our community. And 1 in 5 of the children that we see coming through our services are BAME. That's a disproportionate amount compared to the demographics of the country. Ethnic minorities suffer disproportionately when it comes to vulnerability, poverty, all the driving factors, toxic stress, adverse childhood experiences, the kinds of things that have medical consequences 50 years later in your life are born in childhood. Bernardo's intervenes 300,000 times a year. The same way one of our winners today was talking about intervening in the lives of people, and I was speaking to Shivani earlier on about intervening in the lives of those immigration cases that come through. There are some powerful lawyers in this room, there is position and there is privilege. And you have power to spread the word. So what Bernardo's really wants to do is get you to spread the word about the work we do. The 1 in 8 children who suffer from a mental health illness today. There are 4 million people, children, living in poverty in the UK today. We don't see them in or near this hotel. We don't see them even on our streets nearby. They are hidden. There are young carers a lot of South Asian young carers actually, who are known, recognised, whose prospects in life are severely hampered from the age of 5 because they are taking care of disabled relatives who don't know how to access services. And they are sacrificing their lives from that age for another. Bernardo's helps those people and intervenes in those lives. I don't know if you remember the movie Sliding Doors. I don't know if there's a cohort in this room that are old enough to remember that, but there is a sliding doors moment in everyone's life that we deal with when they come through our services. And we try to divert their lives onto a different path and a different road and a positive future. And we do that by building stronger families, safer childhoods, and working with care leaders, those in and leaving care, all the way up to 25 years old, to make sure that we are intervening to try and help people when they need it the most. A child said to me recently in a workshop that we did with children and young people, my Bernardo's worker was like, it was like she switched a torch on in the dark and I could see my next step. So, today we would just ask you to look up Bernardo's, find out what you can do. We've got shops, we've got services, you can volunteer, you can buy clothes from our charity shops instead of going through fast fashion and turning that all over. There's brilliant, unique wear in all of our stores. You can campaign with us and for us. You can give us money, of course, always important. And you can spread the word in your powerful networks, because you have powerful networks, about the work that Bernardo's does. Absolutely fantastic that the Society of Asian Lawyers has chosen to support us this year. We're really, really grateful to them and to all of you in this room. We are having a Diwali party as well on the 5th. Sadia and Umar can tell you more about that if anybody would like to support in that way. We will have political stakeholders there and our patrons, who include royal patrons too. So thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me tonight, and thank you very much for supporting the Bernardo's.